need I say more? The SP1R. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to put this on. So I just got this in last night. I'm about to install on the Supra. If you guys don't know, this is a long-awaited. If you guys don't know, this exhaust takes a while to get in. Like, it's like a 8 to 12 week like build time and ship time. Finally got it. This is the normal burn setup. If you guys don't know, this is the SP1R kit. I think I've said that already. I don't know. So it's a 3.5 inch, and then it's got a 5. What the heck am I stepping on? This stupid zip tie. And then the tip itself is 5 inches. So like it's a monster. So you actually have to trim your rear valance, something like that, because it sits at an angle. So I'm gonna start installing that and taking this exhaust off. I currently have the AWE track exhaust, meaning that no mufflers, but it does have the 2 resonators right there and right there. So I'm gonna take that off and put that on. Super excited. I think this exhaust will really tie up the rear end, especially with like the old style Super Wing, having the rear, you know, slanted classic JDM single exit. I think it'll pull the rear end all together. And this is pretty much the last of my visual mods. I really want to do a single exit rear valance or rear diffuser in carbon, but no one makes it yet except Made Performance. But theirs isn't made for this, it's made for their exhaust. So you'd have to trim it. I don't know if I want to do that. So hopefully someone comes out with one for this. But when it comes to appearance, like, I think I'm pretty much good. So this is my current exhaust setup. So this is the AWE track, and honestly, I don't know which one's gonna flow better. I feel like this one probably technically flows better, but I really want that single exit. Like, that looks sick. Anyways, so I think this one flows better because it comes out the downpipe and it goes into that oval shape thing that is just humongous. Like, I don't even know how big like all that is right there. I can't, where's my finger? I don't even know how big all that is right there. So it goes straight into that, and then it goes into a Y pipe, and the Y pipe goes into like 2 3s, and 2 3s come all the way back. So theoretically, this probably does flow better, but titanium, 3.5 inch, single exit, just straight JDM goodness. And AWE exhaust is off. And I got the pipe right here, mid pipe right here. Looks like I hit a plastic bag or something. I swear, this thing only gets stuck to the pipe you're taking off. Like, when I was taking off the downpipe to do my turbo kit, it stuck to the downpipe. Taking the exhaust off, it stuck to the exhaust. And this is the loose one. This one's still tight. Apparently, I am low. Like, that is a gnarly little dent right there. Got some low boy going on. I don't even think I'm that low. So here's the directions for kind of the trimming part. So you're pretty much gonna trim along this line here, and it gives you little examples. And where else you're gonna cut, because you have to cut this piece as well, because this is in the way of the muffler setup. So you gotta cut that out too. More examples on how you cut, and then kind of like the end product. See, that's what you gotta cut. Quite a bit of this section out here. Not a whole lot, but you got to cut quite a bit. What would be really cool though is if they give you almost a stencil. So where you can take this nut and basically loosen it and then insert a piece that goes right here. So you can trace along like the piece they give you, and then you can just take that out and then you cut it. Because like right here with, you know, how their directions are, it's kind of like just trace and trim carefully along the white lines. So it's like, yeah, they tell you like where, but like they don't give you, it's not gonna be perfect, you know? So I feel like that'd be really cool if they could do. I'm sure they thought about it, but I might hit them up just to be like, yo, have you guys thought of doing this? That could help. Yeah, so I'm gonna use some blue painter's tape so I can help keep this clean. And then I have one of these guys with a tip here, and I'll be using this to cut this. So I started cutting pretty much how it, you know, in the picture, you just take it and you're just extending the whole tunnel right here. And then you got to cut this little piece. And then I'm talking to somebody on Instagram right now, actually. He's saying you can actually just bend this. That way it doesn't leave any sharp edges. It looks cleaner. But then you pretty much got to cut most of this out. So while my oh, not that one. While this is charging, I got the little battery on the charger. I'm gonna start working on installing like the mid pipes here, and then that way, so it's pretty much just sitting all at the back while that charges. Real quick, I just wanted to show you guys this. Like this is nuts. That's so clean. Oh my gosh. It kills me to touch this, but after I'm done installing this, I'm gonna wipe it down with alcohol so I'll get all fingerprints off. But this is just wild. I figured I'd go ahead and move on. I did mount one of the pipes down there, and I will go ahead and install this because it's like completely dead now, so it's not even working. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this. If you guys don't have one of these, or you're installing a single exit exhaust, this fills this hole right here. That way it's not like you just have a hole. I got the Velossa plate installed. What kind of sucks is it's not very good at matching. So I may in the future use some of my wrap, because I actually have a satin wrap, and I might try and satin wrap it just to see if I can get it to match. But for installation, it's pretty easy. They give you 3 clips, then clips that look like that. So I just put those in. Probably move this one down because that one's kind of high up actually. So you just put them in. I had to bend them a little bit because these 2 plastic pieces are really thick. So I had to bend them or expand them just a little bit to pop them on. But super easy. I mean, it took me like 30 seconds. So you probably don't even need a jack or carb to do this. I don't know, maybe some of y'all are super low, but super easy. While it's still charging, I went ahead and mounted this. So you mount this little bracket to this middle one here. So there's 1, 2, 3. Mounted this middle one, and then you flip this bracket 180. So originally this rubber piece was over here. So you just take these out and you just flip it. So the easiest way to get this installed was to actually feed it through this first, and then have this already installed on the bracket, and then install it under this nut. Because without that, there's not a whole lot of movement here unless you want to take this whole bushing off, but that's always difficult. So I did that because it was a lot easier, because pushing this all the way over, it just wasn't enough play to get this to feed. So that's mounted now. I went ahead and I removed the factory ones because, you know, hashtag weight reduction, because that saved me all of 2 pounds. While I install this titanium exhaust, that probably saves me like 30 pounds. I got everything all cut. So this right here, this whole piece just gets cut out, and I ended up just bending that in, the heat shield, instead of cutting it, because then it's like a hard cut and it's sharp. So I cut all that, and I cut this as best as I could. That curve's a little tough, but it's pretty much how the instructions look. And then cut this piece. It's kind of at an angle. Ooh, actually, looks like I started cutting somewhere else. I'll have to fix that. Yeah, and then the whole exhaust is mounted up, so I'm gonna slide on the muffler now, and then I kind of just play with all the clamps and positioning until it sits right. All right, guys, and it's installed. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I truly think this whole exhaust weighs just as much as this single pipe from AWE. Like this one pipe right here, I swear, weighs like 25 pounds because of like this section. I'm going to make a video on just the sounds, kind of like what I did before with this exhaust, but I'm gonna do it with this exhaust now, and so you guys can hear this and what it sounds like with big turbo. So that's where I'm in this video. I will see you guys next video. Peace. Hi, buddy. Hi. The SP1R.